So let's go on and turn to Michael in South Carolina. We've got Bruce Willis and Demi Moore. Some of you may have seen this. I found it a little bit odd, and I had to actually read the article because I thought, what is going on? You find that Bruce Willis decided to shelter in place, not with his spouse, but with his ex-spouse, Demi Moore, together with their children during the pandemic, which it was a little odd. And I know they started asking about it, and I think that they kind of beat around the bush about why. But I think the takeaway for me, Michael, is I want to talk about, really, could it be used against you? Let's just say Bruce Willis's spouse decides, I've had enough, he's not with me. Can that be used against him?
Sure, Scott, thanks. So in South Carolina, there are many risks associated with living with an ex-spouse, especially if you're currently going through a divorce, or if your current wife decided she wanted to file. This, at least in South Carolina, would open up a Pandora's box of problems. For instance, your current spouse could allege divorce based on adultery. It could open up the door to other negative impacts, including an increased likelihood of alimony as well, and expose you to that issue. And in some instances in South Carolina, you could even be ordered to pay some or all of your current spouse's attorney's fees if it was proven for adultery. So it's probably a terrible idea.
Yeah, I think, we've always said, think before you speak, think before you act. And what sounds like a great idea if your marriage is rocky probably isn't the best idea. So you need to think about it. And I think one of the things that jumped out to me as a potential negative was, here, let's say Bruce it's a general guy. He's decided to move in with his ex-spouse, and now they're sharing costs during the pandemic. But this guy's going to say, well, I can't afford, because I've been laid off, I can't afford alimony or child support, or I don't have the same kind of income. I think it raises issues. Now you're sharing expenses with your ex-spouse, and I imagine that's going to be introduced in court as evidence against you.
Sure, Scott. So, one of the first things that popped into my mind was that, are there any outstanding orders regarding alimony obligations? Because that could have a negative impact on either one of the parties, as far as continued cohabitation with somebody else and negating that alimony claim that one of you may have been receiving or paying. So you have to look at that. And then as far as sharing expenses, maybe somebody is going to claim they need more or less child support or spousal support later on, and try to modify. So there's just many, many different things that need to be considered.